Welcome to Paradise Now, Dialogues with the Mother.
Yeah. Mother, as we were talking about lots of things in the last show, but few things are coming in my mind all time. My soul is cursing me for that. Why these people are changing? Why this word is changing all time? We want to see the changes not in this context that the people are changing in relationship. If we talk about the relationship now, we sometimes I think that there is no mother, there is no father, there is no sister. Why it is happening, Mother? How can we change this process of life in future that after materialism we will not change? I want to ask you this thing.
This is such a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What happens is that for 12,000 years,
Yeah.
the entire population of the earth was submitted to blind forces that led them blindly,
Yeah.
and that were more interested in increasing the power of control over people
Yeah.
than in allowing people to grow, allowing them to have a good family life,
Yeah.
allowing them to have a good personal life. So they were allowed only a little bit of good, just enough for them to want to survive and to do more and to make more effort, but not enough for them to reach to their bliss, to their better state, which is what we do now, help people to reach their bliss. It was a system that was bent on destruction, that brought told the beauty of beliefs and told the light that was in religions. It brought the wars. It brought the conflicts between the different religions. To families, brought conflicts between family members, either based on opinion or based on differences of personality or differences of purposes or differences of material interests. You'll see brothers fighting for inheritance or other, rather than gladly sharing the heritage from the parents. So much was stimulated for the worse because the nature of people was with the capacity to develop infinitely, to connect with all levels of divine divinity and so on, and to do wonderful things. And those that stood up for the darkness didn't want people to have the light and the enjoyment. They intentionally interfered with the reward for good deeds. We know from all history that people who would come with scientific discovery would be punished by the so-called religious people, which are actually tyrants, because a true godly person would appreciate scientific discovery. If it's truth, truth can come anyway. So we have ages that were tremendous, and now we're coming to the realization that we're not allowed to be who we are. We are kind, we are holy, we are capable, we want to evolve. So now we ended the controls of those powers, and now we have to learn to allow each other to develop, to help each other to develop, to not allow those who know less, have less qualities, to rule us in ways that they want to destroy our qualities. So it's a whole process that was building the Kali Yuga, that was building the apocalypse. As we even had the expression, no good deed gets unpunished. It was half a joke, but you know, saints that were stoned, that were burned, you know, scientists, the books that were burned, contributions that were supposed to help humanity, that were put through so much pain, heroes that fought for liberty or for rightful principles that were punished. And that was not the godly way. This is why the godly way has to come to put the foot down and say, enough. Not that it was ever tolerated, it was a continuous intervention, but everything was so chaotic and so tormented that it took a while for people to develop what it takes to develop those good relationships, and I will tell you why those good relationships are very important. I'll leave you time to mention anything you want to mention, but immediately I will explain to you what is achieved through good family life, what is achieved through good life in society or individual development. We'll get, the next segment would be about the importance of all those qualities that everybody's crying for.
Yeah.
Every family is crying for good family life.
Yeah.
Every individual is crying for true love and a good relationship.
I will discuss in next segment about the Guru Nanak's preachings, who was the first guru of Sikhism. What he said, I am feeling that today it is true that what he said 500 years back, today it is the total truth of life. And we will discuss about that thing in the next segment. Take a break.
Thank you so much. Yeah, looking forward to the next segment.
ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤਿਲਕ ਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ, ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? WSIB ਮੈਟਰਸ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਲਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲੂ? ਆਓ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੋ। 20 ਵਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਂ ਜਸ ਜੌਹਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ। ਆਹੋ ਜੀ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ। ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਟੀਮ ਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਰੀਟਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ। ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ 10 ਕਾਟਰੈਲ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203 ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 에어ਪੋਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਟਰੈਲ 905799 0025 ਜਾਂ johalafirm.com। ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੇ ਜੋਰੀ।
ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਸਟ, ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
Float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, long way from home, on the boulevard.
ਮੋਗਾ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਹੁਣ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ ਤੇ ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰਨ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 905 848 2222।
So we were talking about the relationship, and then we moved to one religion also, the Sikhism. When we talk about the first guru of Sikhs, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, at that time he said a few things. Once he said, Nanak Dukhiya Sab Sansar. It means at that time he said that the whole world will be in sorrows. Why? Now the question arose. This time, in this age, we knew one thing, that we are not happy. Why we are not happy? And one time he was saying one thing, and I was reading a book about that we should get early in the morning and to pray. And now it's the totally things are scientific. Any saint from any religion who said these things are truthful. How we can know that? Because he said that when we relate this thing to the human being, that one person who wake up early in the morning, he's getting good life, he's cleaning his soul all time. When we wake up later in the morning, the people are dying early in the morning due to heart attacks, you know. This is the scientific reason. We want to tell our viewers, be aware of these things. Science is related to the religion, first thing.
Yeah, going to sleep early and waking up early is much healthier.
If the saint said these words before ages, any saint from any religion, it means today. It
Yeah.
means today. The thing is to discuss is that it means today. And now we are talking about that all the people are in sorrows. I was thinking that maybe this slogan can not be the right one. But the truth is, this is the right one forever, because I want to tell you, everyone, we are fighting in our families. Husband is fighting with his wife due to no reason. First of all, mother, I am telling you one thing: there is no reason because of these fights. The sister is fighting with her brother all time, and if we say the whole world is fighting without any reason. We have no reason to fight. We can live in peace. We can give the time to other peoples to live in peace. And everyone know the meaning of peace. Peace can give you the freedom to live.
Okay, this is a very interesting thing. There can be no peace
Yeah,
without truth
yeah,
and without justice.
yeah.
Hey, how can you be in peace if somebody that you love and care about is lying to you?
Yeah, yeah.
You will be troubled and you'll want the truth.
The mother time is totally changed. If we talk about the love, the meaning of the love is totally changed. We heard about the love stories. If we talk about the real love stories of the world, it can be from the Asian countries. It can be from the Western countries. You heard about those stories, and those stories were so much truthful one that the lovers died for each other. What that means for what now can you see anyone who is dying?
I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
Death wanted to kill those who loved
yeah,
because love is the most powerful against death.
yeah.
The enemy of death is love.
Love, yeah,
And because of that, death was killing the people who are loving each other, or killing one of them to leave the other one in sorrow, or corrupting one of them to leave the other one in sorrow, because true love has such a powerful light.
because true love never
True
dies.
love never dies, it's
Yeah.
infinite, it brings infinite life.
Yeah,
I do have previous shows on true love, and we will have shows about relationships where you listen and you learn things that you never heard before,
Yeah.
but you prayed for, cried for, wished for. So now is the time to understand those things. So this time that was governed by death and by destruction was fighting against love.
Mother, luckily one thing came in my mind, because the meaning of love has changed. One can cry without cause, not due to love. The people have the two faces now. I want to say you one thing. In one of interview with the biggest name in the world, I said this word that you have the two faces. One has to show the human beings, and one is the inner face, which you are not showing to the people. So the main problem is on this globe is that we made our two faces.
Well,
One is to show and one is to keep for ourselves.
I'm very happy that people have that we have the ability
Yeah.
to keep a face that we can help us live with each other.
Yeah.
The important thing is to not be deceptive,
Yeah.
but we have to contain. If we have our sorrow, we don't have to spread it all over the world. We have to deal with that. If we have something that hurts, we don't have to go around complaining and mess up somebody else's day.
Yeah.
We have to have a social way of relating where we make things easier on others. At the same time, that is not allowed to be deceptive.
Yeah.
When it becomes deceptive, that's a serious problem. After the break, we go back to the importance of being able to have more ways of expressing or containing our feelings without being deceptive.
ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤਿਲਕ ਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ, ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? WSIB ਮੈਟਰਸ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਲਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲੂ? ਆਓ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੋ। 20 ਵਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਂ ਜਸ ਜੌਹਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ। ਆਹੋ ਜੀ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ। ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਟੀਮ ਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਰੀਟਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ। ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ 10 ਕਾਟਰੈਲ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203 ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 에어ਪੋਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਟਰੈਲ 905 799 0025 ਜਾਂ johalafirm.com। ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਜੋਹਰੀ।
ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਸਟ, ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
Float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, long way from home, on the boulevard.
ਮੋਗਾ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਹੁਣ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ ਤੇ ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰਨ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 905 848 2222।
Welcome back.
Yeah.
We continue a fascinating conversation that I know is touching the hearts of people.
It's not touching the hearts because whatever you are talking, this is touching the souls. It is touching my soul, whatever you are talking, because the main thing is to touch the soul. If we are misleading this word with misleading words, then how can this touch any soul in the world? If our few words can touch the soul, then we are on that path which we wanted for us and for other people also, for the mankind. I was talking about one thing that with the changing time, I was asking you about that. With the changing time, why the people love this material word all time? Why they forget what the meaning of relationship all time? I was thinking one day the old age people or the other people from old ages, we can read that thing. If we talk about India or Asian countries, I'm aware of that thing, that if one person was dying that time, the people were crying for long time, for months. Now the time came and the people do not want to cry. People want to show only. The tears are coming without any sentiment. I saw that. What if we pray to God, if we feel that there is one soul in the world, if we have the soul, then sometimes I cried for other people. I forget that thing. Mother, I want to tell you that person died was not my father. I felt that my father died. Some person died there. And I was doing all that one son do for his father. And after that, when the ceremonies of death finished, that it came in my mind, oh, my father is alive. So it is the thing that the people forget to think about their own relations. How can they think about other people? How can they think about the mankind?
How can they not think?
Yeah.
Because we are living into a macrocosmos of relationships, micro and macrocosmos of relationships, micro and macro universe of relationships. Relationships don't affect only life on earth.
Yeah.
Affect life beyond the earth.
Beyond the earth, yeah.
Beyond the earth. A family here can become the ruling family on a planet that they develop with their divine beings.
Yeah.
You can have somebody here who will do family farming, somebody who will do care for animals, some care for the vegetable garden, somebody for the house, somebody for the family. And if you look at all the skills that they apply there, is about life on another planet. Their life here is the training for life on another planet. And if they are united and loving and take care, and they love their animals, and they love their garden, and they love their family, and then comes the learning, and then comes the prayer time, all of that connection develops them to be very efficient planetary beings in a different place.
It came in my mind that, Mother, when you were talking about the animals, because I saw that you are dealing with 3 cats there at your home, and you love them so much. So I'm feeling, sometimes I feel that these animals are more honest than the human beings today. What do you say?
Oh, they are very advanced beings. Most animals are divine beings. They stay in that pure state, staying away from the bias of humans. They can stay in touch with and maintain the divine. When paradise opened, the animal kingdom, animals qualified for paradise immediately, and we see on Facebook every day unlikely animals that used to fight, they're loving each other now.
What do you think, that animals have not to read all the rules of paradise, and they will have not to watch our shows, and they can go direct to the paradise?
But you know, because they have the qualities that we lose in the social competition, that they lost in the wilderness when they were eating each other. But now that we care for them and we keep them safe and we love them and we teach them.
We are providing them food and all.
We provide, yes, so they don't have to fight anymore. And they start to learn from our love, the closeness to people. You see that all the wonderful animals, they get millions of views on social media. Somebody cares for them. So they don't have to be dominated by the despair and by the wild side. And then they can be nice to each other. Dogs and cats and birds can live in the same household and actually take care of each other.
Mother, this show became so much interesting. Now we are talking about another social issue, that we should not kill anyone. This is the message of this show we got just now from the Mother. Because if the animal know now that they should not kill each other to fulfill their desires of eating and to fulfill needs of the life, that they are getting everything now.
What a good point. After the break, I'll tell you something really interesting of an interaction that I had with my own cat about that. I'll tell you.
ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤਿਲਕ ਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ, ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? WSIB ਮੈਟਰਸ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਲਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲੂ? ਆਓ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੋ। 20 ਵਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਂ ਜਸ ਜੌਹਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ। ਆਹੋ ਜੀ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ। ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਟੀਮ ਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਰੀਟਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ। ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ 10 ਕਾਟਰੈਲ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203 ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 에어ਪੋਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਟਰੈਲ 905 799 0025 ਜਾਂ johallafirm.com। ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੇ ਜੋਰੀ।
ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਸਟ, ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
Float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, long way from home, on the boulevard.
ਮੋਗਾ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਹੁਣ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ ਤੇ ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰਨ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 905 848 2222।
Hello again. Thank you for staying with us. Tell all of you. Do we even need to tell your friends? I think that by now you know that you have to invite your friends to enjoy this.
Sanda, I saw the happiness on your face now. Just now, you were watching your phone to see the views are going high all time, and you told me about that. During our this interview that you got almost 7,000 views. We are thankful to our viewers who appreciated this work of Sanda. Uh, Whenever it reached you, you give us the good response. So we are so much thankful to our viewers all time, and we wish that when we are coming with these all programs related to mankind, that you will love us, and we feel that your love will be true for us.
See, we start better relationships.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we were talking about the love, and we want the true love from our viewers. Yeah, it's
And
the
we
thing.
have the true love for them to share with people
Because
what
we are
can
sharing
help
for
them.
them. Sanda, I saw your mission. It's not for yourself. I saw that you are doing all this for the mankind. You want to spread the love to the people. You want to see all the people in freedom. You want to see all the people, mankind happy all time. So when I talked to your soul one day, a few days back, I talked to your soul and asked what this soul want for this whole world, this globe. I felt one thing that maybe these are the feelings, maybe this is the talk, because you can tell better about this thing because you are the mother. That I felt that you are eager to save the mankind. You are fighting with yourself to save the mankind, and you are crying with true love to saving the mankind.
Because the mankind started perfect,
Yeah,
born of perfect seed,
yeah,
of perfect infinite potential,
yeah,
and coming against the perfect infinite potential of anybody
yeah,
is beyond tragedy.
yeah,
Is the loving care for that which has potential and the duty to help all beings to develop
yeah.
and to enjoy in safety what they have to achieve. There is no
Mother,
need.
now the question arose here just now because you said something good. It will be so much helpful if we can tell our viewers that the mankind came here to save each other. But how you think if we are talking about everyone is eager to earn materialistic things only, so is it possible to save each other?
It is not just possible, but it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is necessary, and it's already proven. If you look all over the world, there are so many people doing so much for each other. People deserve to be saved.
Yeah.
The people deserve to the best of care, not just be saved,
Yeah.
but all of their potential saved, not just survive with no sense, but all of their potential. So we have to distinguish between mankind, humanity, humans, human beings, divine beings, divinities. There's a whole host of differences that are important for everybody to understand. Mankind is the most materialistic. Human beings go to be doctors without borders, nurses that go in war zones to help the wounded.
Yeah.
Men are the ones who do the war.
Yeah.
So we have to save men from what went wrong with them to start to brother killing brother and hurting each other. And then save them with their potential for the future because of how much good is inside. Now, why are men so materialistic? Because men evolved from the subatomic particle,
Yeah.
evolved from the material world, and had to survive in the most difficult realm, which is the material world. And of course, they needed to make sure they have food, they have shelter, they can reproduce. All the fundamental aspects had to be there, and they learn to fight for that. Now all they have to do is to learn for that, is to earn for that, is to deserve it. They don't have to go to fight in order to achieve something, but they have to study, for instance, or they have to learn to do something.
In whatever you are talking about, now next question arises, which will be helpful to tell the whole world about that, because of this terrorism in the world, this destruction in the world, why it is happening, and why the people are fighting without any cause. So what you will say to those people, what you will suggest them to, not to in panic to get something so early, what you will say, we will talk in next segment.
ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਲੱਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ WSIB ਮੈਟਰਸ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਲਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲੂ ਆਓ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੋ 20 ਵਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾ ਜਸ ਜੌਹਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ ਆਹੋ ਜੀ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਟੀਮ ਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਰੀਟਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ 10 ਕਾਟਰੈਲ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203 ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 에어ਪੋਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਟਰੈਲ 9057990725 ਜਾਂ johalafirm.com ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੇ ਜੋਰੀ
ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ
ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਸਟ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ
Float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, long way from home, on the boulevard.
ਮੋਗਾ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਹੁਣ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ ਤੇ ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰਨ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 905 848 2222
Welcome back.
Yeah, Sanda, the mother, we were talking about the changing world now, and you were talking about a few things. Our viewers also want to know that. You were differentiating the mankind and the humanity and the divine people. Can you explain that properly to our viewers?
Yes, of course they'll take more explanations,
Yeah.
but basically man comes from the material level while the human beings come from the divine level.
Yeah.
So the human beings come in a divine form in material world,
Yeah.
and they may be less interested in, or less materialistic, less interested in material survival. They are more interested in survival of the human qualities, and they go to help, and they come to help, not only to help men, to guide men towards the divine realm, but also for them to become material as well. Because eventually all of these levels have to contribute to a wholeness.
Yeah.
A man cannot reach the divine without becoming human.
Yeah.
A man can be of a mankind until he becomes human, meaning until he develops those divine qualities that take him to a longer life, to better quality of life in a divine realm. So religion, spirituality, learning, morals, family, love, everything comes to lift the material man
Yeah.
into the realms of the divine through them becoming more and more human,
Yeah.
more and more humane. When man becomes human, that's the step between man and human beings.
So you want to tell one thing, that we will have to become the human first of all.
One can only be as divine as one is human.
Yeah, he can be only man.
Yes.
Yeah.
A deity can come to earth
Yeah.
without going through being a human,
Yeah.
cannot reconnect with the divine. They can come and be proud and start wars and become kings and dominate and be powerful, and they lose their humanity and they lose their divinity.
Can I share one story with my viewers for that? You
Yes.
said the good thing about that. I was reading a story from the life which can tell you the meaning of life now. When the Sikandar won the whole world that time, he was going from some place. There was old person sitting there. He was laughing all time. He was picking his things to sit, and he was laughing and enjoying the life. Sikandar became so much angry for that. Sikandar became so much angry for that. Now this can tell you what is the life. Now this story can tell you. Because he asked that person sitting there, tell me one thing, that why you are happy. Because Sikandar, after winning the whole world, was not happy. So this is the story, that he was asking him, why you are so much happy. Then that old person was asking him one thing, which will be valuable for everyone who is fighting for the materialism, who is fighting for the things, lust and all the material things all time. Then he said, when you won the first village of the world, how you felt? He said, I was so much happy. Then what was your desire that time? To win the cities and then the countries. And then after that, he was saying that I wanted to win the whole world. He was asking one thing. It's so much funny to ask ourselves that thing, that he said that I won the whole world now. And he asked, what you want now? Are you happy? He said, no, I am not happy. What you want now? He said, I want that I want to see the another world somewhere. And I want to win that. And I want, then if we know one thing, that we will not be happy with these material things, why we are running behind those things? We can be happy without the things. We can be happy with all the things. This is the life. This is the main philosophy of the life, to learn one thing only, that we should be happy. We can be happy without the things. If we are happy without anything. If we are not happy with the whole world in our hand.
That's a good point. We have to be able to be happy in any circumstance.
Yeah.
But we need to be safe for that.
Yeah.
We can be happy in a tent in the forest.
Yeah.
But if it is dangerous, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, but I found one thing in life. There is no danger in life, because if we think about the God, if we are sitting here, anything can happen here in the safest country of the world, at the safest place in the studio. Anything can happen.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Therefore, anywhere safety is
anyway.
important, and safety is one of the most important parts
of life.
of life. One of the most important aspects of life is to achieve safety at the planetary level.
ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤਿਲਕ ਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ, ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? WSIB ਮੈਟਰਸ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਲਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲੂ? ਆਓ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੋ। 20 ਵਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਂ ਜਸ ਜੌਹਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ। ਆਹੋ ਜੀ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ। ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਟੀਮ ਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਰੀਟਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ। ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ 10 ਕਾਟਰੈਲ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203 ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 에어ਪੋਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਟਰੈਲ 905799 0025 ਜਾਂ johallafirm.com। ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੇ ਜੋਰੀ।
ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਸਟ, ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
Float me on the China Sea. Float me on the China Sea. Float me on the China Sea. Long way from home on the boulevard.
ਮੋਗਾ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਹੁਣ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ ਤੇ ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰਨ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 905 848 2222।
Well, welcome back again. We continue on.
Yeah, I knew one thing in life that we will have to make a package of one thing of life, and the material things are needed in life. If we need a car, we can go on the car. We are going for. If now the time is changed, if we want to serve the society, we will have to think a materialistic way, in the materialistic way all time. But we will have to control on that thing. Yeah. So our
Have
views.
the balance,
Yeah,
yeah.
we know that we need the car, we need the home, but it should be in the balance. Yeah, if we will try to find these things so early in life, fighting with ourselves, then we are killing ourselves.
This is it. We cannot sacrifice the divine for the material,
Yeah.
but we cannot sacrifice the material for the divine either.
Oh.
Effort, yes. Sacrifice, no.
No sacrifice for the divine.
No.
If the saints
the
are,
divine does not ask for sacrifice. The divine asks for harmony.
Now, the good thing to know is if the people who say that we are in the divine stage of life, and they are not thinking about their families and other parents, and then is it
Yeah.
bad for the society?
Is bad for them if they abandon their responsibility. One of the gates to paradise is the gate of responsibility.
They can't enter the paradise.
No, if they abandon their responsibilities, they leave their children hungry, saying, I go there to meditate to the God. The God matters more. The God says, what are you doing? You leave your children without food?
Because the God is in the children.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then if we want to find the God, we want to tell our
It's with the
viewers,
love for
love everyone, love your family, and love your mother, love your children, love everyone, and you can find out God at your home also. We can say that.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's doing a tender gesture, cooking a meal, making sure that the children are fed, that the husband is rested, that you take care of yourself as a woman. If we talk from the woman point of view,
Yeah.
that is as godly as being on your knees in a church and praying.
Yeah.
That's what people have to understand, what is godly in the daily life.
We can see that, Mother, I want to ask you one question. If we are finding the God on the religious places only, only, are we on the right path?
Well, at least we find somewhere, but that's just a glimmer of hope, beginning.
It started from that place.
Sometimes it happens in a place that is sacred, or somebody is preaching and the environment is conducing, is stepping out of a stressful situation, stepping out of something that can block them. That can be the beginning.
Yeah.
But actually, the godliness is in everything that is good that we can do. It is godly to give a glass of water.
Because the whole world is listening our talk all time, because we are not making this program for the Western countries only. I want to know one thing and want to tell the viewers that is it right thing that why the saints are all time we say that saints are in the Asian countries, they born in the Asian countries, more saints every time. Why we are not talking about the Western countries, about the saints and all?
There are as many saints in the Western countries as anywhere,
Yeah.
but the Western countries uh, came up with the idea that if one is spiritual or if one knows that he's a saint or a divine being on earth,
Yeah.
they must be crazy.
Yeah.
So many people know who they are,
Oh.
feel, and they're afraid to share.
And they are not telling the people.
And they are not telling, and other people are afraid to have an open dialogue about what is sacred.
Yeah.
Because they want to be cool, or they don't want people to believe that they are crazy. And I understand them because they want to get along. They don't want to be singled out.
That means what you think, if one is saint and he's mute for the sacred things, is it good?
One has to be wise to know when to keep quiet and when to speak.
Yeah.
When to stand up and when to sit down.
Yeah.
When to communicate and when to have patience for the other to be ready to listen.
Yeah.
So going there all the time and say, hey, you do what I say, I'm a saint, I have to wake you up, you have to wake up, I have to save you, that's inviting discord.
Yeah.
While understanding and being patient with those that need more time.
Because you talked about the spirits and all, in next segment I want to know about that. If the people say there are no spirits, and what you think about that. In next segment we will discuss thoroughly about that thing.
You come with the greatest questions. Thank you.
ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤਿਲਕ ਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ, ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? WSIB ਮੈਟਰਸ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਲਈ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲੂ? ਆਓ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੋ। 20 ਵਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਪਛਾਣਿਆ ਨਾਂ ਜਸ ਜੌਹਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ। ਆਹੋ ਜੀ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ, ਬੈਰਿਸਟਰ ਟੀਮ ਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਰੀਟਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ। ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ 10 ਕਾਟਰੈਲ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203 ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 에어ਪੋਰਟ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਟਰੈਲ 905 799 0025 ਜਾਂ johallafirm.com। ਜੌਹਲ ਲਾ ਫਰਮ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੇ ਜੋਰੀ।
ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਸਟ, ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
Float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea. Long way from home, on the boulevard.
ਮੋਗਾ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ 30 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਹੁਣ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਘੱਟ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ ਤੇ ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰਨ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 905 848 2222।
Well, with the guest like Gurpreet, I have to be all over the issues, all over the spectrum of issues, which is wonderful. I totally appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate because your blessings giving power to speak about all the issues. I'm telling you the truth. Because of your blessings, the words are coming out to tell the people, first of all, the thing. No, I'm not aggressive myself to know all this. I want to tell the whole society about these things. We were talking, sometimes you were talking about spirit. What do you think? There's a few people in the world that think there is no spirit in the world. What do you think, Varda?
Uh-huh.
It's the beautiful and this topic can tell the whole world that we will have to aware about our good deeds to do that.
We have to have a few shows, at least 4 shows about the spirit.
Yeah.
But in the 4 minutes that we have now or less, I will tell you briefly that the spirit is the result
Yeah.
of the repeated emotions
Yeah.
that are repeated enough to become feelings.
Yeah.
Then the feelings are validated by the thinking.
Yeah.
So you have more feelings, emotions that look like love, and then you have a feeling of love, and then you think, I'm in love.
Yeah.
And then you think, I love this person, or I love this book, or I love society, or I love people, depending on the repeated loving emotions that you have that become feelings, and then they stabilize. And when those feelings that stabilize are also godly, like love,
Yeah.
then the Holy Spirit, which is from the Holy Spirit, would come to validate. And that becomes a character trait, becomes a component that's in you. You become a loving person by feeling, experiencing, thinking, validating, and then when it's godly, it becomes permanent. It stays with you for many lifetimes. You developed that component, and then you develop goodness by feeling goodness, choosing to do goodness, validating it with your thought. And before you know, when you feel all the slots that are for spirit, when you complete the whole spirit of you,
Yeah.
that is when you have your validated by the Holy Spirit, validated by you first of all, and then by the Spirit.
Now I'm
Then you
getting-
have your own
Yeah.
spirit. The spirit that is Gurpreet is formed by everything good that you do. Everything that's not good falls out. It's a waste of time or learning. But then when the whole Gurpreet spirit is holy,
Yeah.
then the Holy Spirit comes and validates it, and is forever. And this is how the Spirit Gurpreet is forever,
Yeah.
by being holy and validated by the Holy Spirit.
Now I'm getting lots of questions from my viewers just now through that satellite, which is religious one. This satellite is the religious one. I am getting so much questions about the spirit. Mother, we will have to do one more show about the spirit. Maybe it will be possible completely for that. Because I want to, the people want to know one thing now. What they are asking, you will ask me, then I will tell you.
Yes.
They are asking one thing, if one person died, and if we are talking to that spirit after that, we are feeling that it is the dream. And some people are feeling that it is the dream. But Mother, what do you think, that is it the dream or the true spirits are talking to those people? And what are those signs if they are talking so much good about life and to tell the stories of life and about the sorrows and other things? Because this is the biggest topic now, became the biggest topic to know now.
So that's another show.
Yeah, because...
So the Spirit and then the communication with the Spirit in life and afterlife.
Yeah, because then we will have to associate one more thing with the spirit now, the lives.
The lives and the health.
Yeah.
The Spirit is vital for the health.
Yeah.
Moral health, health of society, health of the physical
And
body.
one more thing, that why the people are talking about this hell and heaven. What is that? The hell and heaven. If the Hinduism, Hinduism
all right,
talking
got it.
about,
I got it. Yeah.
Hinduism talking about the heaven, then they are talking about the hell also. they want to keep the people in the darkness only, or is it the truth?
Those were, and
Because time is time is going on,
it's
that
ending, yeah.
they are not giving.
In a previous show, I explained some things about this, but I will
it's a topic which have to discuss now.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss about that.
What you want to say to do the show? What you are feeling now?
Well, we'll have another show coming, and we'll have to get perfect. We get to get into the talks about the spirit.
Yeah.
We're right here, so in the next show we'll
keep
speak
watching
about.
all
Keep
time,
watching, because this is the best learning available on the planet right now, and I know it.
Because I'm thinking now, because it became the learning process show now.
Definitely, definitely.
So thankful, Sanda, you called me here to talk about these topics, and I'm thankful for that.